Every year we have a theme, and this year's theme is the great Pope Pius XII. The choice of this theme is His Royal Highness Don Duarte, Duke of Braganças. He decided that on this anniversary year of the 80th anniversary of the coronation of Pius XII, whom he considers, and we consider, one of the greatest popes of all times, surely one of the greatest popes of the 20th century. And in the 80th year of the coronation, His Royal Highness, at the invitation of our dear friend and confrere Michael Hessman, invited Dr. Hessman to put together a group of people connected to the great Pius XII. And so we are very honored to have this group of speakers. And although our gathering today, at this moment, early in the morning, may not be very numerous, however, we will have 161 people on this pilgrimage. And we will, of course, record for monarquia.tv all of this intervention so that not only the people here, but everyone around the world may be able to know truly who was this great Pope, Pius XII. A man who, because of recent rumors and controversy, has become somewhat controversial in the media, when in reality, before these recent social ideas, was always heralded as a great, great man, a great statesman, a great pope, and beloved not only by Roman Catholics all over the world, but also by many of the, I'd say all the great leaders of the world religions and heads of state. It's very significant that we hold this conference here because he is the Pope who was regarded as the Pope of Fatima. It was he that was believed by the children to be the Pope in the vision, because that's the Pope that Sister Lucia came to know. And it was believed that it would be through him and in his lifetime that the prophesied message of Fatima would be complete. He is the man who helped put an end to World War II through the consecration of the world to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And we are grateful to Pope Francis for blessing this image here, one of the pilgrim centenary virgins for the centennial of Fatima that have been all the way around the world through the hands of the Alliance of the Holy Family, who are, of course, very much connected to the co-founder of the Blue Army, John Hafford, and who are represented here today by the founder, Father Edgardo Arellano, one of our chaplains. We have the sisters and the brothers here also of the Alliance, and so we thank them for all the good they're doing and for bringing Our Lady to the various parishes during this coming month. Our Lady, as Queen of Portugal, as Queen of the world, crowned by Pope Pius XII, here in the person of the legate, because the legate was sent in persona. And John Hafford, our founder of the Blue Army and of the Oureana Foundation, he told me personally the conversation he had with the Cardinal Legate. It was in Alcobaça. And it was in Alcobaça that, meditating, I may be mistaken, it might have been in Batalha, but he was in one of these two great monasteries, that he told John Hafford that he was very moved over the request of Pius XII to consecrate, to crown Our Lady Queen of the World at Fatima in 1946. It was the anniversary of the coronation of Our Lady as Queen of Portugal in 1646. And since 1646, the kings of Portugal no longer wore the crown. They believed to be themselves the lieutenant or the grand representative of the Queen here in Portugal, in her kingdom, in her earthly kingdom. And it was Pope Pius XII who spread the idea that Fatima was the altar of the world. Pope John Paul II complimented that by saying it was the spiritual heart of the planet. And so Pius XII believed that to entrust the world, as King John IV had done to Our Lady as Queen, then she could go forth and take possession of her dominion and exercise her sovereignty. If everyone in their home enthroned and consecrated their family to the hearts of Jesus and Mary, then Jesus and Mary would physically reign in their homes. This was the idea of Pius XII. And so, when he sent the legate, he said, "You are going to crown Our Lady Queen of the World, Your Eminence." And the cardinal, who had probably crowned so many statues in his career, said, "Yes, yes, Your Holiness." And the Pope grabbed him by the arms and said, "No, man, listen. No one has ever been crowned king or queen of the entire world. This is the first time that Our Lady will be crowned Queen of the world, Regina Mundi." And he instituted the feast of the Queen of the world, the Queenship of Mary. And in a symbolic gesture, there were the children who were the youngest descendants of many of the royal houses of Europe present at this coronation. It was the family of Pius XII was also present at this coronation. And they passed the crown for the statue from the hands of each of these children to the Bishop of Fatima, who then gave it to the Cardinal Patriarch of Lisbon, who then gave it to the Cardinal Legate. And at that moment, when the Cardinal Legate was crowning Our Lady, he was crowning Our Lady in persona. The power of the Pope and the sovereignty of the Pope was given to him, so that it was Pius XII who was crowning Our Lady at Fatima, Regina Mundi, Queen of the world. It's a magnificent legacy that the Portuguese have. Magnificent responsibility. And sometimes it saddens us when we see things in society in Portugal that don't correspond to this. But it's up to us, each one of us, to do our share, to make sure that Our Lady continues to reign from Fatima as Queen of the world, as Pius XII wanted. And by consecrating the world to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, in a veiled way, wanting to consecrate Russia, he ended up becoming one of the prophets of Fatima, and partaking in this great prophecy, he helped to usher in the era of peace that Sister Lucia spoke of. So, we're very grateful to have many people here with us today from all over the world, representing the subjects of Our Lady, Queen of the world. And we're very happy to have today one of the family members of the Pacelli family, who very graciously will speak to us today of the greatness of this man, Pope Pius XII, who I am quite certain someday soon will be Saint Pius XII. Association of Knights and Dames of the Portuguese Royal House, and most especially the World Apostolate of Fatima, represented here today by the Secretary of the International Apostolate, Nuno Pazir, who is here. I thank you for coming. And also the President of the Blue Army, World Apostolate of Fatima, USA, Dave Carollo, who will be our first speaker